Hello everyone, this is Whitebox here with another game of Spirit Island. This is going to be my first game with one of the new Nature Incarnate spirits, which I'm very excited about. I'm not doing an Incarnate spirit first. The one I was most excited about for this expansion is Relentless Gaze of the Sun. So that's going to be my first. So next I might hit up one of the Incarnate spirits, but for now I'm going to try to burn away these invaders with the Angry Sun from Super Mario Bros. 3, which is how I imagine this spirit to be. So let me go ahead and read through the spirit, because I have not looked into them too much yet, and then I'll get started. The relentless gaze of the sun is an imperious spirit, brimming with wrathful power that scorches the land barren beneath its focused regard. For long centuries it viewed all others as beneath it, unworthy of consideration. Yet since being thwarted during the years of the relentless sun, it wonders if its pride deceives it. Perhaps it should work with some spirits and humans, rather than indulging in indiscriminate destruction. It is still considering that idea. Regardless, the invaders offend it by making the island fragile, forcing it into the intolerable choice between dimming its majesty and unintentionally scorching the land. So I really like that. It's a spirit that's very full of itself. So set up here, I'm going to replace 2 presents and 1 Badlands on my starting board, which here is board B, in the lowest numbered sands. So land number 3, Badlands. You start with your 4 unique powers and 0 energy. Playstyle uses stacks of 3 presents and high energy income to hammer the same lands with repeated power cards. Because of its single-mindedness, it's better at dealing with large problems than smaller ones. That's fine by me. Harms the land and Dahan when smiting invaders unless it successfully changes its nature by expanding into new elements, which may mean partially forgoing the sun and fire that form the core of its initial strength. This is a high complexity spirit that is pretty much all offense, but it can go into some utility. It's got a little bit of fear and defense, it looks like, not much control. It does use Badlands. Alright, so let's take a look at this spirit before I put the presents down on it. Special rules, I've got Relentless Punishment. After using a power card, if I had at least 3 presents in that origin land, I may repeat it any number of times on the same target land, ignoring origin range and target requirements by paying both the energy cost of that card and 1 energy per previous use of that power this turn each time I repeat the power. So it just becomes more and more expensive to keep repeating powers, but you can repeat it a lot of times, potentially. So you may repeat each power card multiple times, but its first repeat costs 1 extra, its second repeat costs 2 extra, etc. Check if the origin has at least 3 presents when you target it the first time, but even if you lose a presence from using that power, you could potentially keep using it over and over again. So its growth options always add a presence at a range 2, which is nice. It's got to reclaim cards and add up to 3 destroyed presents together. Gain a power card. Move up to 3 presents together. And gain 2 times energy in additional time. Or gain energy in additional time. So you just double the energy income. I'm using the nice kind of off yellow-orange. I don't know what color you'd get this. Umber, maybe? I don't know. From the Horizons of Spirit Island pack. I think it works really well for the sun here. And yeah, I think I'm all set up and good to go. I know I said I was going to be playing against Brandenburg Brescia 4 for all of these spirits. I'm not in practice whatsoever, and it's going to be my first time playing each of these spirits, so I'm just going to do 3 so I can get through some quicker games and show off how these spirits work. So Brandenburg Brescia 3 already pre-set up here. Let me do their initial exploration. It's going to be wetlands, and then I'm good to get started. I think you can see that okay. Lighting here should be fine. Yeah, looks alright to me. Okay. So wetlands, not too much of an issue. I can let B6 go. There's nothing there, so I don't have to worry about it too much. B1, potentially a problem. I don't necessarily want to lose Dahan, although I think a lot of my powers do destroy them. So I've got Scorching Convergence, 1 range from a sacred site, move all of my presence from origin land directly to that target land. 1 damage to towns and cities only. 3 damage at the higher level to invaders, 3 damage to Dahan, add 1 blight without cascading, and then next level, 3 fear if this power destroyed any invaders, and 1 damage per remaining presence of yours in the target land. Alright. Consider a harmonious nature. When your powers would add blight, you may destroy 1 presence there instead, and I have ways to add destroy presence, so that's okay. My powers don't damage or destroy Dahan, that's pretty good. And choose another spirit. Well, I'm the only other spirit, so they would add 1 destroyed presence to one of my lands and give up to 3 energy. Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to be harmonious, I just want to destroy stuff. That's the way to go. So let's take a look at these power cards, because I have not seen them yet. So first up, we've got Blinding Glare. It's a fast power, range 0 from a sacred site. Targets lands with invaders. I can do either 2 fear or skip up to 1 ravage action. And if I have 5 sun, instead 3 fear and skip up to 1 invader action. So any of the invader actions. Not bad. Focus the Sun's Rays. Let's see, another 0 cost card. Slow, range 2 from a sacred site. 1 damage, 2 damage to Dahan. Move up to 3 presence directly to target land from anywhere on the island, and I might bring badlands with those presents. Neat. Unbearable Gaze. That's interesting. Okay, so this is one energy, slow power, 1 range from a sacred site, 1 fear, push 2 explorers or towns from origin or target land, or 1 explorer or town from each. Okay. Origin or target. Cool. And then Wither Bodies, Scar Stones. I like the art for the spirit too. It's very, it's nice to see the sun in the background. So 1 damage or add 1 badlands. Nice. Alright, so what do I want to do? So I'm probably just going to let B6 go. I'll deal with it later. Not too worried about that. So if I can stop B1 from blighting, that would be good. And I could potentially just use Unbearable Gaze somewhere and deal with that. So interestingly, I'm only adding 1 presence per turn. None of my choice growth options add presence. So I'll probably want to, let's see, move presence to 3 range. Okay, I kind of see how things work. Directly to target land. Okay. Focus the Sun's Rays. Interesting. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to do a lot of card plays. I think I'll just get up some energy. Do I want to go top track? I think I do. At least first time, because then I can stockpile a bunch of energy. I don't know. That seems useful. So I'm going to gain a presence. Let's add it here. Got my stack of 3, which is what I want. Now I'm going to do growth option. Let me get a color here so I can mark my growths. As I take them. Alright, so I took my always. I'm going to do growth 3 as well. So I gain energy an additional time. I can move up to 3 presents together. And let's just go over here to B1, maybe. No, I don't need to be in that land, really. So I'm going to go into B5. That way I'm more central on the island. I think that's going to be a little bit better. Alright, so now I gain energy. I gain 4, because I'm gaining energy an additional time. I'm just going to take it all in ones. As if I were going to the Spirit Strip Club. And now I go into cart plays. So I have 1 sun. I'd like to towns and cities only. Interesting. Okay. Scorching Convergence. Well, it is a slow power, so that's all right. All right. Let's I think think I want to start adding some Badlands. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and play Wither Bodies, Scar Stones for 1 energy. And that's it. So I go into fast powers. I have no fast powers, so don't have to worry about that. Go into an event, but skip events on turn 1. I am going to show them, though. I've kind of stacked all the decks so that new stuff is going to come up first. So let's see what this event would be if I were playing it. It would be Visions Out of Time. Spirit more loosely time-moored than most warns of catastrophe's subtle seeds. Each spirit chooses to let the warning waft into days past, lose 1 energy, or replace your most expensive non-unique power card in hand or discard combined with one of the same type. Interesting. Reveal the top 4 cards in the deck, take 1, put it back where your card is, and then put your card in that deck's discard. Okay. Or head off the problems yourself, add 1 Omen token, which is a scenario marker, to the land without omens that has the most invaders. After the Ravage step, add each omen to Fear. Invaders Ravage, remove 1 omen. Okay. Around the Heedless. Strength from Trade. Alright. Well, that's not getting resolved, so just kind of giving you a taste of one of the new cards from Nature Incarnate. Alright, so now I go to the Invader actions. Since I don't have a Fear card, they're going to build in Wetlands, and then explore jungles. That's alright. I'll have to worry about B4 though, because I don't want them to cascade that blight. Okay. Alright, so that's fine. Now I go to slow powers. I'm going to add a Badlands. And I think I want to do it in B1. Or do I just want to do them all in B6 and then try to nuke that land down? I don't know. I don't really have defense. I do have Blinding Glare. But I don't really care about making them skip Ravage actions just yet. Alright, so yeah, let's go there. So that's my first use of it. I think do I want to just keep adding Badlands? I'll be able to move them around a little bit with Focus the Sun's Rays, which I think I'm going to do next turn. So, yeah, let's do that, I guess. Alright, so let's repeat it as well. So I'm going to pay 2 energy. And repeat that. Although I guess if I repeat it, I can do the damage instead of adding another Badlands, which is interesting. Because now I can kill that town, which might be better. Then I don't have to worry about that land next turn. I guess the Explorer would kill the Dahan. Yeah, that's fine. It's not going to blight, so that's okay. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do 1 damage here. Kill that town, get my first Fear. And that's that. Then I have Scorching Convergence. So I have 2 Sun. I can move all of my presence from an origin land directly to target land. And then do 1 damage to towns and cities only there. It's within 1 range. I guess I will just clear that land out, because I don't really have a better way to do just the 1 damage. So instead of doing that 1 damage with the Wither Body Scar Stones to the town, I'm going to do it to the Explorer instead. But then I'm going to use Scorching Convergence to move all my presence into this land. And that 1 damage is going to the town, which will destroy it thanks to the Badlands. And I'll be able to move my presence next turn with other stuff. Alright, so reset, go back to growth, discard cards. Add a presence. Do I want to go top again? Top's got the, or bottom's got the reclaim 1, but you get good elements going top. You get the any element. I don't know. I think I can probably get away with going 1 card play for a while. So let's stick with going top, I guess. I don't know. I'm playing Brandenburg Prussia, so maybe it's better to get more actions. Nah, I'm gonna go top. Let's do it. So I'm gonna go into land B4. I can get a lot of energy or gain a power card. This is gonna be a major build because I'm gonna get a ton of energy. So I think I'm gonna get energy, do growth 3 again, or yeah, growth 3 again. I think next turn I'm gonna gain a major since I'll have a bunch of energy from this. So gain energy in additional time. I can move up to 3 presents together. I'm not going to this time though, because I want to use Focus the Sun's Rays instead. So that's going to be that. So let's go ahead and gain my energy. I gained 6 energy, which is awesome. Alright, I already got 7 energy. I've got Sun and Fire. I've got 1 card play, so with my 1 card play, I think I want to focus the Sun Rays so I can kind of move my presence around. Cost is 0, which is nice. I'll be able to repeat it as well. So yeah, let's focus the Sun's Rays. So that's 0 energy. Going into the fast phase, I have no fast powers again, so I can go straight into event, which this time I will resolve. So a new event. Ooh, that's a new color, I think. I've got Far Off Wars Touch the Island. So this is the replacement for War Touches the Island Shores. Invaders from a different distant land launch an assault upon the island, while the invaders here rally together into a wave of nationalism. Defending the island with them might come at too high a price. You add a fear card to the top of the fear deck on each board in the land with the most towns and cities. Choose for that board either Encourage the Destruction for fear. Oh, you always add a fear card to the top of the fear deck. Okay. Encourage the Destruction for fear. Destroy half of the towns rounded up and half of the cities rounded up. Add 2 blight without cascading. Oof. Or blunt the offensive. Destroy 1 town, but do not gain fear. Okay. Well, if I do that, I'm going to get a cascade. Well, actually I won't, because then they're not going to ravage there. So I like to encourage the destruction. You know, that fits with my spirit as well. So I add a fear card to the top of the fear deck. That's inevitable. And then I'm going to go ahead and encourage the destruction. So let's get 4 fear. That's great. That gets me that fear card that I just added. And then I'm going to destroy the town and the city there. I do add 2 blight, which is a shame, but, you know, it's okay. And I'll get fear for the destruction. So 3 more fear for that. So that gets another fear card. So added 2 blight. I'm 1 blight away from a blighted island, but I think it's worth it. So we'll see. Ecosystem damage. On each board, add 1 Badlands to a land with blight. I like that as well. Let's go in here. And then return to old pillars. On each board, gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land with Dahan setup symbols. So it'll be nice to kind of get the Dahan away from me, because I'm going to be doing a lot of destruction to them. I could move the Dahan from B7 into B8, and then I don't have to worry about B8. I can go for a very quick victory here, potentially. Risky one, but I think that might be okay. So let's do that. That way, one Dahan will die in the Ravage next turn, but the others will fight back and clear that land out. So I think that'll be fine. So yeah, let's try that. 2 fear cards now. Didn't expect that, but you know, it helps. Dahan Enheartened. Each player may push 1 Dahan from a land with invaders or gather 1 Dahan into a land with invaders. Alright. Let's just move that out of my land. Then I've got Seek Safety. Each player may push 1 explorer into a land with more towns or cities than the land it came from. Sure. I'll clear that out and stop the build. I don't mind that. Okay, nice. Now we get to the Ravage, so nothing here. 1 damage there is not enough to blight the land. Build. Just got the 1 town. And then explore jungles and sands. Alright. Alright, so that's potentially an issue up in B8. We'll see if I can deal with that. B4, it's okay. I should have moved that Dahan in there, but, you know, can't second guess myself. Alright, so that's fine. Now... Oh, and explore in sands. I'm potentially going to be destroying a lot of Dahan this turn, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Alright, yeah, let's see what happens. So I'm going to focus the sun rays. Let's target this land. So I'm going to do 1 damage there, 2 damage. So kill that town for a fear. And then 2 damage to Dahan, which will be 3 thanks to the Badlands. That's fine. Then move up to 3 of my presence there. And I'm going to bring 1 Badland there as well. Then I'm going to repeat that power for 1. And let's focus the sun's rays. Well, got to do something about B8 now. That's going to be a problem. Loud cat. I guess I could focus it in B4 first, and then I won't have to worry about that land. So let's do that. Focus over in B4. 1 damage there. And do I want to bring that Badlands along? I don't think so. I'd rather keep the 2 Badlands there, make it easier to wipe that out next turn. Now I'm going to repeat that again for 2 energy. Oh, I have to target the same land. I just can't keep moving along the whole island. Ah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so I can't do that. So maybe I want to focus up in B8 instead. I'm going to be destroying so many Dahan if I do that. But I guess they're going to be destroyed anyway. Yeah, let's do that instead. Okay, redoing this slightly. Still learning the spirit. It's new. I'm going to leave the fear generated because I'm going to get it a different way. So instead of targeting B3, I'm going to target B8. Move my 3 presence there. Along with the Badlands, I do 1 damage before moving stuff, so that's going to kill that Explorer. Actually, I'll do a damage to the town instead. And kill a Dahan. Now I will repeat that power there. That's my 1 cost. I can do 2 damage. 3 damage to Dahan. And maybe I'll just repeat it again and wipe everything out. So they don't build, because if they ravage, they're going to kill that Han. I won't get the counterattack anyway. Yeah, sorry to Han. I'm going to kill all of you this game. Alright, so repeat it there, kill that stuff. Then I will use Scorching Convergence with my 2 Sun to move all of my presence from B4 into B3. 1 damage to towns and cities. I have a Badlands there, so it's 2 damage. Can kill that town. Cool. I think that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and reset things here. Discard cards. And go back to growth. And there's only explorers and 1 city left. So if I can kill that 1 city in the fast phase, I would need to generate 6 fear. So if I can kill the city and generate 6 fear, I would win very quickly. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's fun to think about. So do I want to do that? Scorching Convergence is a slow power, so I can't do that. Okay. Well, let's try this here. So let's go... Generate fear. They are going to build a town, but I think that's fine. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to keep going top so I can get that extra sun. 2 range. Let's go in here. I'm just realizing I couldn't use Scorching Convergence from there because I didn't have a Sacred Site here in this land last turn. So let's reset that just to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. Move that back there. Town in there. So that does change things a little bit now that I don't have a town in there. I'm going to make a Sacred Site here. I think that's still the way to go. So I think I would have used Scorching Convergence here just to clear that Explorer out, because didn't have anything else. Although I guess I could have just used it in B8 and then 1 less Focus the Sun's Rays. Would that have saved any of the Han? I think it would have saved 1, because it would have done damage with this instead. And I would save 2 energy doing it that way. So yeah, I think I'll retcon that a little bit. So instead of doing a 3rd Focus the Sun's Rays there, I'm going to do a Scorching Convergence there instead. I think that leaves 1 Dahan alive, because I did 2 damage with the first one, 3 with the second, so 5 damage. They had 6 health. Yes, so 1 Dahan would survive that, and I saved 2 energy, so that's a little bit better. Okay, now coming back to turn 3, I added my presence into B4. Oh, and they would be there, so make sure everything is correct. Okay, so going back to B4, or turn 3 here. Added my presence into B4 from top, so I have another sun. And I'm going to be able to do Scorching Convergence with the extra 3 damage here. Got a decent amount of energy, so do I want to get a major yet? Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to gain a major. And I've got this stacked so that the new majors are on top. So I'm going to see 4 new majors here. Let's see what I got. I got Rumbling Earthquakes. Power ignores health bonuses. It's slow, range 1 from a sacred site. 3 fear, 6 damage to towns and cities only. 6 damage among adjacent lands to towns and cities only. If I have 4 earth, 6 damage among target and adjacent lands to towns and cities only. Wow. Ignoring health bonuses is interesting. Solidify Echoes of Majesty Past. Choose one of target spirit's lands. In that land and each adjacent land, defend 3. Then they add 1 destroyed presence to each adjacent land. Wow. Skip up to 1 invader action at each added destroyed presence. Target spirit either reclaims 1 power card or regains a unique power that they previously forgot. They may play it by paying its cost. Okay. Not a threshold that I would easily hit. Transformative Sacrifice. Hey, this one's got me on the cover. I like that. Target spirit may remove up to 3 of its presence from anywhere on the island. Then for each removed presence, they take a minor power and play it for free. Interesting. Before taking cards, they may also remove 1 presence from their presence stack to take a minor power and play it. Okay. That might be the way to go, but let's see what this last one is. So I've got Unearth a Beast of Wrathful Stone after the next invader phase on any turn with no Ravager build actions in target land. 3 fear, 12 damage, add 1 beast. You may push that beast. 1 fear and 2 damage in its land. Okay. If you have Threshold, then mark it Beast. Special Beast. Special Beast can't remove the island. Each fear phase, you may push Special Beast, 1 fear and 2 damage. So basically you're making a mini behemoth, which is kind of cool. I don't know how you market Special Beast. I guess put a reminder token under it. I don't have a Special Beast token. So. Alright, neat. 12 damage. Yeah. That one is cool. And I think I could potentially use this one to win the game right now. It'll be close. As much as I like Transformative Sacrifice, I'm gonna unearth the Beast of Wrathful Stone. Let's do that. I will just forget one of my uniques from discard. Let's forget Wither Bodies, Scar Stones, I guess. Alright, I get 3 more energy. I'm gonna play Unearth a Beast of Wrathful Stone. 5 energy. I'm not gonna get to repeat it, unfortunately. But I don't think I'm gonna need to. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna destroy a lot of stuff. So, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and target B2 with that. So after the next invader phase on any turn with no builder or ravage or build actions in that land, then I do 3 fear and 12 damage, add a beast. I can push that beast and do stuff with that beastie. So that's the whole shtick here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's do it. So I go into the invader phase. We got an event. We've got Ethereal Conjunction. A confluence of spiritual forces gathers into an unformed maelstrom. Each spirit chooses to endure its forces as best you can, destroy 1 presence, and lose 1 energy. Okay. Seek to control it, though it may exhaust you. Choose any non-major power card of yours, put it into play without paying its cost, use it immediately, even if it already was used this turn, and then forget it. Discard all power cards from hand. I like that. Okay. Does that let me do... I don't get to resolve it immediately, but... But if I can do Blinding Glare, that could potentially do a lot for me. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and play Blinding Glare with that. Cost of 0, but that's fine. Use it immediately. And then forget it. But I think, since I have Relentless Punishment, I can still... I'm not going to be able to repeat it anyway. But I'm using it just for the 2 fear, really. So... I'm going to get so much fear from this anyway. I don't know that I need that. Maybe it'd be better to focus the sun's rays so I can stop a build. Yeah, let's do this one instead. So I'm going to focus the sun's rays. I'm going to target to B4, 1 damage. And move up to 3 presence directly to target land. I may bring light with those, or badlands with those presence. Nah, it's fine. And then I forget this and discard the rest of my cards. Irregular outbreaks. Let's see. Disease doesn't prevent builds this invader phase. 1 fear per board with disease. 10 to living earth on each board with 5 or more Dahan. That's not true. So that doesn't happen. Okay, cool. So I think I'm gonna win this invader phase, or actually in this slow phase. So let's play it out though. So I've got Ravage and Jungle. Both jungles are empty, so nothing happens there. Build in Jungle and Sands. All my jungles are empty. I'll build here. I forgot about this. Forgot about that. That's alright. I'll get it next turn, I think. Maybe. And then explore wetlands with escalation. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to win right away, but I will destroy a lot of stuff. And I set myself up nicely, I think. We'll see. So let's see, I'll add a... so here, because that's a land without towns. Explore wetlands. Alright, so after the invader phase, there was no build or ravage here in this land. So I'm going to do 3 fear. $12 damage. So that will be an additional 3 fear, which pushes me into terror level 2. Add a beast. And then I may push that beast, which I'll push here. 1 fear and 2 damage in its land. And now, since I have a badlands there, it's actually 3 damage. I can destroy that city and do 2 more fear. So pretty good with that. Now I have Scorching Convergence. Just the first level. I didn't get the second, unfortunately. But what I can do is move all my presence from here into this land. 1 damage to towns and cities only, which becomes 2 thanks to the Badlands. Destroys that town. And suddenly I've got 1 town on the board, so if I can destroy that town, I win, because there's no there's no cities. It's gonna be a little tricky to get that, though, in the fast phase. But I do have 3 level 2 fear cards. Very possible that one of those will deal with that town. So I might win in the fear phase. We'll see. That is that. Slow power's done. That's done. I've done that. Okay. So add a presence. Let's get that any presence. I think it's going to be helpful. I'll just go in here. So now I have 2 stacks of 3, which will be great. I'm going to reclaim cards. Don't have any destroyed presence to add, but that's alright. I think I just want to do Blinding Glare and just spam Fear. I'm not going to have 5 Sun, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do it. Blinding Glare. Might be a little bit strong in true solo. I'm going to spend a lot of energy on that card this turn. So let's get 4 energy for my presence track. Yeah, okay. I have a fast power. I have Blinding Glare. I'm just going to spam that into this land over and over again. So it's going to be 2 Fear. I will spend another energy to do 2 more Fear. I will spend 2 energy to do 2 more Fear. I will spend 3 energy to do 2 more Fear. Now I have 5 level 2 Fear cards, and there is a very good chance that one of those will get rid of that last town for me. We'll see. Okay. That was expensive. If I had had one more sun, I would have generated enough Fear to just get to Terror level 3. But that's how it goes. Now I can potentially make that any something useful. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, cool. Event. Terror spikes upwards. If you have any earned fear cards, resolve the first one now as if the terror level were 1 higher, and then discard it. Otherwise, 1 fear per player. I like that. So, first one is Restlessness, resolving it as a level 3 fear card. Each player removes up to 3 explorers or towns from a land not matching a build card. There we go. So Restlessness procs. I'm going to remove these guys. And that's the game. There are no towns on the map, no cities on the map. So I win. I will finish out the event because I think that's what happens. So I've got Secure Settled Territory on each board in a land with badlands or beasts and towns and cities. No, doesn't happen. War Among the Dahan on each board in the land with the most Dahan, minimum of 2. Push half the Dahan. Rounded down. There we go. Alright, so that was my first game with Relentless Gaze of the Sun. It was just against Brandenburg Prussia level 3, so not a very high difficulty, just a mid-difficulty game. So, went pretty quick. Terror level 2 victories don't happen all the time. I probably could have gotten a Terror level 1 victory with this particular spirit if things broke a little bit differently, but it worked out okay. Got a good major for this one too. So let me go ahead and score this up. Alright, I'm back from scoring that up. This was a 55-point game, which is pretty good considering it's only difficulty 6. Having a very full invader deck over here really added a lot of points. So if anybody cares about points, this spirit is a nice way to generate some. I should have just played Brandenburg Prussia 4 like I had originally intended to. Now that's kind of my baseline for testing things. I was a little rusty though because I haven't played much over the last couple months. Going forward, I'll probably I probably will do level 4 Brandenburg Prussia for each of the other new spirits here. But this was a fun one. I really like this spirit. I'm excited to play them against harder adversaries, and when I have teammates, and when I have some longer games, and against different adversaries as well. So I can really get a sense for how their repeat powers work. Yeah, it's neat. It's cool. I like it a lot. I like offensive spirits. Volcano is one of my favorites. And this kind of fits that same mold as well of just doing a lot of damage to one land. So yeah, if you like offensive spirits, I really think you'll enjoy this one. So let me know in the comments what spirit you would like me to play next. There's 7 other new ones I have to get to. I'm excited for almost all of them. So probably an Incarna spirit is coming next, since that's the whole name of the expansion. But we'll see which one that ends up being. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.